Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Hallmarkies podcast. And we are so excited. We have Erin Cahill with us. And Erin, thank you so much for coming out and talk with us again.
Oh, Rachel, it's always wonderful to see you, darling. I'm so joyful to be here. I love my Hallmarkies.
Can you believe the last time that you were on was October of 2022?
How?
I couldn't believe that. I was genuinely shocked.
How is that possible?
Yeah,
Okay, we have to change this because I should be on for every project I have for
yeah.
Hallmark.
I don't know what happened. 2 years.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad we're fixing it now, my darling.
Yes, yes. So, yeah, we definitely, hopefully we can have you on for like more of a deep dive because it has been so long. But just real quick, I wanted to ask about Cherry Lane, what
Oh,
that experience was like. Was that your first? Have you played pregnant before?
oh my gosh. Oh, you're going back to the original Cherry Lane. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. So many things. First of all, I have played pregnant before a couple times, but I've never given birth. Like not on,
Yeah.
you know what I
I
mean?
mean,
Kind
and
of
that
like
was like at home, like that was hardcore.
it was hardcore. And I got to tell you, we did it, I think 3 or 4 times. And every time, you put your body through so much stress. I was sweating. I was like, listen, mothers are actual superheroes. They are actual superheroes,
Yeah.
women who have babies. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So did you have an idea of kind of the overall story when you were doing that one, or just sort of your part in there, your
No,
section?
they sent the whole script. So it
Okay.
was so beautiful to see the way the stories all wove together. Oh,
Hmm.
it was so magical. And then Rick Garman, the brilliant writer, they did 3 sequels this year because it was three
Right, right.
storylines. And then they expanded to those 3 storylines to 3 movies with 3 storylines. So the universe became 3 storylines to 9 storylines and then different times as
Yeah,
well.
because it was you had got pregnant with second child, right? In
Well,
that
oh,
oh,
spoiler!
spoiler. Yeah. And you didn't want to move. Is that right?
uh,
Is that the
well, I
plot?
didn't initially because I didn't know about John's job offer. But then
Hmm.
once I found out about his job offer, it's a no-brainer. It's what he wants.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
what would make our whole family happy. And then it turned out to
yeah,
be the best
yeah.
choice.
So when you got to see with the first one, I guess with all of them, when you got to see the full finished product, that must have been fun to be like, oh, that's how
Oh,
the other storylines turned out.
to get to see all the other characters come to life was so cool because we knew obviously what ours looked like, and the 80s was so fun, but to
Hmm.
get to see all the other timelines and all the costumes and then how they portrayed them, and like Brooke Dorsey.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was fun. That was fun.
oh, she's just a big walking heart. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and then yeah, in bed, it was wonderful.
Like take a second to thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's If Tomorrow Never Comes by Allison Ashley. This is the new novel that introduces us to Elliot Holland, who decides to live it up on the eve of a stem cell transplant to treat her leukemia. It's destiny when she crosses paths with handsome and charming Jamie Sullivan. The chemistry is magic, so is a beautiful evening that ends with a bittersweet kiss goodbye and no expectations of ever seeing each other again. But 1 year later, their paths cross again, and it's a lot of fun to see what is going to happen. If Tomorrow Never Comes by Allison Ashley is the perfect emotional and heartfelt title for your April TBR. It's a deeply romantic read for those wanting a love story about the right person, but maybe the wrong time, cross paths, and fated mates. Available to order now through Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Bookshop, or your local bookstore, or use the affiliate link below. That's If Tomorrow Never Comes by Allison Ashley. Check it out today. Okay, well, so I have to ask you about holidays as well.
Thank you.
So, did you all get to be together much? Because you had all, again, another one with all these different sort of timelines happening. Did did it feel
Um,
like this ensemble show?
It's interesting because no, we didn't get to be together very much, but we did film the first episode and the last episode together because everyone was in those. So
Uh-huh.
it was really, really awesome because the last few days of filming, no, that's not true. Not everybody was in the first one. I got fortunate enough to do a little Easter egg in the first one. I arrest
Mm.
John C. McGinley. So I got
Oh
to be
yeah.
there. And then I shadowed for a couple of the episodes. So I had a different experience.
Oh,
Everybody just
okay.
came in, did their highlight episode, and then did a little bit for the first episode, and then the last episode we were all together. But I shadowed the director for a couple of episodes and then I popped into another couple. So I got to be there for almost the entire time. So I feel like I knew everybody on the show so well. But there were
Okay.
some
Yeah.
people who only met for one day.
Yeah. I mean, is it any different, the sort of the experience on set doing a series versus a movie, or are they basically the same experience?
No, they're different. To me, in my opinion, because for a regular Hallmark movie, you get a couple days of prep and then 3 weeks of filming. And for the series, we were filming in Victoria for well, the whole series was shot for about 3 months. And then most people, like I said, popped in and out. But I was there much longer. So no, it for me, they feel different just because of the length. You get more kind of devoted time together, and you become even more of a family on a series, which is hard to
Mhm.
believe because these movies are all everybody's such a family anyway.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Well, we're excited about the new movie coming up for your Easter
Uh
movie. So Journey to You. And I was curious that this was Dayspring movie.
yes, they've only
Yeah.
done this is only number 6,
Yeah.
which is super exciting. And I did not know that until today. I've been doing some interviews and stuff for it.
Uh-huh.
And but this is my third day of interviews for this project. And usually they just do one.
Mm-hmm.
So they call them press blocks. So this is my third press block, and I didn't find out until today that it was only the 6th Dayspring.
Okay. Yeah.
I just found out. So I'm like, oh, that's so lovely to be in such a like a beautiful small select group. I'm so
Well, on the
grateful.
whole, I feel like the Dayspring movies have been pretty good.
Mhm.
Faith-based films can be tricky to keep them from not being too preachy or not, being too
Yeah,
focused on the ministry and not the story. It can be
yeah.
a problem. But I feel like they have been pretty good, pretty well written. I really like Brooke's Last Christmas. Hers was really good. Um, yeah, I mean, they could, I think, be more outright actually faith-based films even more than they are. But I think they've been pretty good. So that interesting to you to get to be in a more of a faith-themed movie?
Oh, it's I think for me, I'm kind of one of those whatever people believe is right.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever they believe in and however they choose to, live their lives. And what I love about this movie is it didn't feel to me when I read it that it was so particular that anybody would feel um like they were it didn't feel
Excluded.
unattainable,
Mm,
excluded.
yeah.
Thank you, Rachel. If I do that, will you just fill in the words because um, yeah, I hope nobody feels excluded because when I read it, I didn't feel
Mhm.
excluded. And it's really about, you know, I think this movie does a really good job of talking about the spirituality and letting my character go on a journey with that, with like you
Mhm.
said, having it be more attainable and more you know, not too heavy-handed.
Ho, ho, ho. We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies Patreon.
Do you love Hallmarkies podcast, especially at Christmas?
Do you enjoy the holiday previews, recaps, interviews, and bonus episodes?
If the answer is yes, please consider supporting the Hallmarkies Patreon. We need your help to do what we do both during the Christmas season and all year round.
But not only do you help a podcast led by strong, independent women by becoming a Patreon, you get to become a part of the Hallmarkies family.
Starting at only $2 a month as a patron, you will have access to our Facebook Patreon group where we talk about the movies, shows, and more all year.
We also have many monthly patron watch-alongs with guests like Lacey Chabert, Natalie Hall, Paul Campbell, Mary Lou Henner, and more, giving their behind-the-scenes details of their films.
As a patron, you also have the chance to provide input into the podcast and even join us at different tiers.
So this Christmas season, spread some cheer to the Hallmarkies Patreon and become a member today. You won't regret it.
Go to patreon.com/Hallmarkies to learn more.
That's patreon.com/Hallmarkies.
Why don't you tell the audience a little bit about the story, what to expect?
Well, I think it's a beautiful story about, my character, Monica. She is a nurse practitioner, and she by her own admission and kind of her own doing is overworked, and she has trouble letting go, and she thinks she's going to get a promotion. She doesn't get it. So her mom sort of gently forces her to go on this trip to hike the Camino, which is a pilgrimage. And it's a beautiful story about getting connected to, the title's Journey to You. And I hear it as like 4 ways. I hear it as journey to you, like obviously what Hallmark does very best, which is love. So journey to you, the person. And then journey to you, like the divine, your faith, your spirituality. Again, for me, it's whatever that is for you. And then it's also journey to you being yourself. She got back to herself, which is so important. And when we're moving so fast, we forget. And then there's also a beautiful familial element. So it's also journey to you, like journey to you, the family. So it's really beautiful. And I hope people see themselves in it. I know I did when I read it, and I was like, Monica moves really fast in her life. It doesn't really slow down. I was like, oh, I feel really seen by that. And this movie does have you just slow down and take a breath. So I hope people really enjoy that.
So is the Eric character, is he like a fellow hiker?
Yeah, they call them pilgrims on this particular, on the Camino de Santiago, because it is considered a pilgrimage, not just a hike, and which we talk about in the movie too, which is also so cool to learn about. But yes, he is there on the pilgrimage as well with his family. So that's a really beautiful element of the story too.
Okay, so is he like a single dad or?
And he's there, but it's multi-generational. It's so beautiful because he's there with his dad and his son. So it's about how he reconnects with his dad and his son, and also how his son reconnects with his dad, which is so nice. It's such a beautiful story.
Yeah. So that must have been fun to like film it. I mean, was this in Canada, or was it do you get to go to Spain at all, or?
We got to go to Spain the whole time.
Okay, good.
I mean, I can't even, I still pinch myself. I am not even kidding when I say that I cried and teared up almost every single day. I was just like, thank you. I'm still pinching myself.
So you got to go on the real trail.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's good. I thought I was like, what part of Ontario is going to pretend to be Spain?
No, we were in Spain. We were on the Camino de Santiago. It was once in a lifetime. Oh, pinch me. Yeah. I'm so thankful. Cool. I told everybody at Hallmark, I'm like, I don't know how to thank you enough. I literally don't know how to thank you enough. Yeah.
We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies merch store.
Are you looking for that perfect gift for the postable, hearty, or Hallmarky in your life?
What about getting that t-shirt or hoodie that will help you stand out at your next holiday party?
Now is the time to check out the Hallmarkies merch store.
Full of festive designs by artists like Jessica Miller, Carrie from Hallmark Comics, and more.
You can even have more than just shirts, but totes, cell phone cases, notebooks, mugs, and more.
And it isn't just Hallmark. We have designs for Anna Green Gables, Man from Snowy River, The Nanny, and more.
Every purchase at the merch store goes to help support the podcast and allows us to make the great content you know and love.
There are frequent sales, so go to tpublic.com/stores/Hallmarkies or see the link in the description.
That's tpublic.com/stores/Hallmarkies.
Oh, a last question. So if you were going to give us a pitch to the Hallmarkies listening, this is why you'll love this movie. Check it out. What would you say?
I would say, my dear Hallmarkies, I hope you love it. Part of the pitch would be, it does what Hallmark does best, which is deliver some romance, but it also delivers family and a beautiful journey. And I mean, listen, the scenery alone, I hope you enjoy that alone. But I really hope everyone gets moved by this, because I could not read the script. I read it, of course, multiple times. I couldn't get to the end without crying. So I hope everybody enjoys it and feels moved, and that it awakens something inside of you, whatever that looks like.
Yeah. Think it'll be a good Easter Sunday watch?
Yeah, it comes on Saturday night, the Saturday night before Easter.
Right,
yeah, Saturday night, April 19th, at 8/7 Central. And then the great thing is, the very next day, it will be streaming on Hallmark Plus. So that to me is so wonderful. Everybody has a chance to stream it right away, and then you can stream it on Easter, which is so great. So please come join. I can't wait to see everybody there. And then I'll also be live tweeting that night. So if you use the hashtag Journey to You, then hopefully I'll see you on, I guess, X.
Yeah, I just still call it Twitter. I don't care.
Me too.
Well, very good. I definitely want to have you back, and maybe when you're in between shoots or something, we can do some deep dive into some of these things, because we didn't even talk about Apple Hill. I mean, there's just so much.
Oh my gosh. Oh, well, thank you for asking me about all those projects too.
Yeah. So we definitely want to have you back as soon as possible. But thank you so much for taking time to talk with us. And people want to follow you on social media or whatever. Like you said, you'll be live tweeting. What do they do?
I all my social media handles match. So it's at the Erin Cahill. So TheErinCahill. And you'll find me on Instagram, Facebook, the artist formerly known as Twitter. Please come find me, and thank you in advance to everybody who watches. Thank you so much for having me, and also huge thank you to all the Hallmarkies out there. Huge thanks to all of our fans. We honestly couldn't do it without you, and we truly love you and are so grateful for you.
Well, thank you so much. And yeah, we will definitely be in touch. I'd like to thank Erin for coming on the podcast. I know that was just a short little visit, but we take what we can get. Anytime we get a chance to talk with Erin, we'd love doing so. So let us know what you think about all the different things we talked about. We'll put a link down to all our various covers that we talked about of all the different things that she's been in. And again, let us know your excitement for the movie once you get to see the movie. We'd love to hear what you think. And please, if you can follow me at Rachel's Reviews, all over social media, iTunes, YouTube, and on Rotten Tomatoes. Check that out. Also, make sure you're following Hallmarkies podcast all over social media. And if you are listening on iTunes, please leave your ratings and reviews. That really, really, really helps us a lot, and it's free to you. That rating and review helps the algorithm, helps more people to find the podcast, so we can keep doing it. And then if you are watching on YouTube, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We're really trying to get to 10K subscribers by the end of the year. That will help us a lot. And most of our viewers are not subscribers. So if you're in that camp, please hit subscribe, like the video. It really, really, really does so much to help our content. And then we have our Patreon group, which is the biggest way you can support everything that we're doing. For a small financial investment, you get to be part of our watch-alongs, our patron events. You get to meet celebrities like Lacey Chabert came to one of our watch-alongs, and Paul Campbell, and the list goes on. James Denton has done one. It's really quite amazing. So you definitely want to check out the Patreon, and we have our Facebook group. We have bonus episodes. Really try to make it worth your investment. We sure appreciate that. And then we have our merch store, where we have tons of Hallmark inspired merch, including the shirt I'm wearing right now. So check that out. We sure appreciate that. That helps us so much. And thanks so much again to Erin, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.